Hey guys, we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. If you want to load your questions up, we will get started. We've only got a couple questions, so we'll let a couple minutes go by. Any questions you have for Derek? We have Derek here. I'm here. Colin is here from OMG Command Center. Angela Langlotz is here with us. So anything that you want to ask, throw in the question box. We'll get started in about 2 minutes. Just to remind everyone that's a panelist, you have to mute yourself. If you say anything, they're going to hear you. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. Obviously, this is another office hours assimilation webinar. Stephen Floyd was due to be our guest today, but he got a little hung up at traffic conversion. And God knows, told him, he said, maybe I can learn something when I'm there. And I said, look, just please be you. I don't think there's anything that they're going to teach us at OMG that we don't already know we're doing better. I would be willing to say that the accumulation of members at OMG probably make more than anyone that's even attending traffic and conversion. There's so many successful people there. So Steven didn't have a very good internet connection, so we're going to push him back for another couple of weeks. But instead, we were able to bring in Gregory Ortiz, and he's going to do a pretty good reveal today that I've been wanting him to do for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's been bringing him in about $6,000 a month passively. So that's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to go over that. Angela is also going to be going over, she has developed a way to do social media management and how to automate it all. And she's going to show how she's been able to do that and how you can use that as an SEO splitting technique to get it in. Obviously, we have our SEO superstar resident, Derek Wasiak, that's always been with me on every webinar. He's here to answer any questions that you've got, whether it be the Tumblr method, whether it be anything else. And so we also Gregory's on there. How's it going, Gregory?
Yes, I am. Hey, good, Con. How are you?
Great. Let me go ahead and make you an organizer so you can see the questions also. So if you have any questions for Gregory, he's also available. So we'll just jump in and get started with some of the questions right now. Here we go. It says, hey guys, if I generated 100,000 long tail keywords without using city town descriptor, would I need unique content to rank for all 100,000 keywords? Derek.
Let me look at that again. I wasn't quite listening.
Yeah, it says if I generated 100,000 long tail keywords without using city, state, town descriptor, would I need unique content to rank on all 100,000 of those? I could have answered that, but I just would rather you do it.
Well, without using the city, town descriptor, is he just kind of doing this all on one page or what?
Looks like he's probably trying to do something like a SERP shaker. So maybe he can fill it out there. Let's just say that he was trying to use a SERP shaker or one of these other programs that just massively build out these pages very, very quickly. Could he?
It kind of sounds like he's trying to make unique pages based on just like one long tail kind of keyword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which it'll work, but I mean, without the local modifier, they're eventually just get hit with a thin content penalty.
Mm-hmm. So we would advise against it, to sum it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to have longer pages now with targeting more keywords versus having small with targeting one long tail kind of keyword.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, Dean, if you have any, that was from Dean Rogers. If you have more detail on exactly what you were talking about, you can type in the question. We'll come back to it. But until then, we'll just move on to the next question from Ryan. It's I am clear as mud on the final step of the Tumblr RSS method. Have all reblog links and not sure exactly what to do with them. Do you put each into OFCS? By one, or do you put them into RSS aggregator and then one feed supercharger or something else? I'm very confused. So Derek, if you could clear that up for me.
Yeah, we didn't show it in the webinar, just mostly restriction wise. But you can use rssmix.com, and then you can start mixing all those individual RSS feeds into there and make one feed out of that. And then you can use the one merger system to mix that up with multiple different feeds if you want. And then I do some other things, like I use blackhatlinks.com to power that up, but just because they have a lot of no follow links, you don't want to be sending anything that has lots of do follow to those. So
sounds like
it's
we
a little
almost
bit more. It's a little bit more aggressive method, because social explosion it'll power up for most cases, but depending on how aggressive you want to get or your skill level. So.
Yeah, I almost think we overshared there. You almost gave them too much information, but that's all good.
Well, they won't hurt themselves, because
I know.
the blackhatlinks.com, they have a high PR comment ones.
Sure.
They're 90% of them are no follow, so they're pretty good trustful. So.
Great. Next question is, I attended one of the OMG seminars and they talked about SkyRanker, where your article is posted with over 100 news and media websites through Press Cable. I bought the program and tried it out. Yes, our articles did rank it at the top of Google's results under the keyword phrase. However, it did not make any changes to the organic rankings. Would you have any idea why our organic ranking wasn't affected by those 200 news posted articles, yet those articles ranked at the top of Google? And yes, those articles have naked hyperlinks to our website. Have you had any experience with press releases or articles helping or not with your websites? And how long should I wait? Derek and I tested this ourselves over the summer. And Derek, when we talk about this, let's just leave out any branded press release. Let's just talk about press releases in general. What Derek and I found ultimately, and then I'll let Derek continue, is that with all press releases, after about 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, they all drop off, except for the main release that's like coming from the agency. So they don't really stick, or I haven't found them to stick. Some do. Maybe I've found maybe 5% or 10% of them to stick. So I haven't found them to be very effective. I've used them for online reputation management purposes, and I'm doing modules to explain that. But I'll let Derek go into a little bit greater depth what press releases can be used before, the effectiveness. He's had a little bit more experience in just researching them out a little bit more, and we'll probably be able to explain a little bit better.
Yeah, well with SkyRanker, we found that they were deleting the press release. Maybe not them themselves, but they're all syndicated, so someone takes down the syndication and it just kind of deletes them all. And then some other services are like Newsvine and what's the other one?
PR Web.
PR Web, yeah, they usually stick, but you'd have to test each one. It won't push you up a ton because they're all no follow links, and if you're not juicing those up, they're not gonna push a lot of page authority. And plus, you're not using keywords, so it's not going to, very well, because you're going to be using branded, and so it's mostly just you're trying to get the traffic out of it more than anything. So you should be using a press release for what they're actually intended for, trying to get traffic.
Yeah, I agree, and I think a lot of them it's a quick fix that you can go buy something, press a button, and you're going to get instant results, and that's not what a press release is for. And just to kind of go on with what Derek said, I've tested PR Web, which is a little bit more expensive than all of them, and PR Web also deletes all of these coming from news agencies. The reason is because I guess all of these news agencies sign up for subscriptions to all of these releases. And what they do is they don't keep all of these pages intact. They almost kind of purge out everything after a certain amount of time to create more room to have more press releases. Because if these news agencies kept every press release that ever listed, I'm sure it would be a massive server issue. So that's one of the main things is they purge them at a certain amount of time. But I've never had a lot of great success ranking anything with a press release. And as it says, I've used it, as Derek said, to create traffic. And we'll get into a little bit greater depth about how it can be used for online reputation management, how I've been successful to kind of flush things out with it. But overall, if you think you're going to use a press release just to rank your website, chances are that's just not going to happen. So,
Yeah, some of the manual press release submission stuff, they stick pretty well, but any of the syndicated stuff doesn't seem to stay very long.
Mm-hmm. Great. It says, this is going to be for Gregory Ortiz. It says, I'm having a hard time doing PBN. I'm having a hard time finding PBN domains. Any recommended filters, or is there someone special they should go to, Gregory, to get PBNs?
Well, when it comes to finding PBNs, if you are actually going through, there's a lot of different filters you could use. One of my favorite services to use to find them is registercompass.org, which I know Greg goes into detail with in all of the training videos. I believe they're about $37 a month. They're much better than some of the other ones, especially than the free ones. If you are on a bootstrap budget, though, you could definitely go to, I believe it's expireddomains.net, and there's a bunch in there, and it's really dependent upon what you're looking for. Like, some people want domains with high trust flow, they prioritize that more. Some people prioritize DA, and some people for some reason still prioritize PR. So it really depends what you're looking for. As far as getting them from anyone else, there's plenty of different services out there. Feel free to ask in the OMG group. There's plenty of different people that can be recommended as far as if you don't want to do the actual searching yourself. But I would check out registercompass.org and expireddomains.net.
Great. So pretty much what you're advising everyone is still the safest way to go find domains is just go to Register Compass, and you can filter out trust flow, domain authority, and pretty much links, Alexia, and all that sort of stuff. That's what you recommend, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also be real cautious about what it is that you're trying to rank. So, like, try to get it within the same niche. Like, one of my favorite options on registercompass.org is it actually has the majestic topical trust flow. So you can kind of niche down to what specifically you're looking for. So, like, let's say you wanted something in real estate, they actually have it where you can search for just what's available that Majestic thinks is related to real estate. So it helps as well.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone you know that actually sells PBNs to OMGers?
That would be myself, yes.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So in other words, if Joanne didn't want to go out and look for this stuff herself, she could probably contact you and you could help her out just to.
Yeah, absolutely. You can either contact me directly or just go to noimitation.com. I handle all of that myself. There's no team. It's just me, and I find the domains, filter them, you guys. So.
Great. So guys, if you need some PBNs and you don't want to mess around with looking at it, you can pretty much contact Gregory and he'll do all the filtering out for you and just hand deliver them to you. So all you have to do is just go register them. It's pretty simple. So, all right, next question is, how long do Qzx listings kick in once you add them? I just loaded 3 clients yesterday. Well, I don't think it'll take 24 hours. But Derek, I mean, I like know with Qzx. I mean, I like use Qzx a lot. It almost takes them 3 to 4 days to even complete all the citations.
Yeah, Qzx is fast.
Yeah.
One of the fastest ones. But, Yeah.
Right. Speaking of citations and everything else, we have a pretty big announcement, and that's the reason why Colin is on right now. And Colin, are you with us?
Hi, Colin. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about Qzx, citations, and everything else, and understand that you had a pretty good announcement that dealt towards citations in the 7-pack, and wanted to know if you were ready to share it with us.
That'd be awesome. So basically, about 3 months ago, I think it was, Mike came to us and said, "You've got to see what Cotton's doing with citations. We need a tool like that, get it done." So we went straight to work on it, and it's a huge project. Our goal is to allow people to not only scan but also build citations. And so we kind of have 2 tools coming around that sort of aspect in the next probably due release within 2 weeks in the OMG Command Center. So I suppose if you wouldn't mind letting me share my screen, I'd love to show people.
Sure, let me go ahead and let you see. Go ahead. You should have it.
Okay.
Guys, for those of you that don't know what he's talking about, and then Colin, not to interrupt you, but Colin is the creator and owner of OMG Command Center. And if you're new, because we do have a lot of people that's coming in through Project Breakthrough and some new members, is what it is it's an all-encompassing service that enables you to go out and need nothing. So in other words, When I first started a year ago, this didn't exist. I had to go out and buy Ahrefs. I had to go out and buy Moz, Majestic, and all these. And if you look, that's hundreds of dollars. So what Colin's done is he's put all this under one roof. And what he's going to explain is how he keeps adding more and more and more stuff to it. And it's pretty exciting what he's going to be revealing, what you're going to be able to get. And is there going to be any extra cost to this, or are you just throwing it in, Colin?
Yeah, it'll just be thrown in on the current membership price.
Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Please,
Cool.
please,
Okay.
please continue.
So yeah. All right. So do you guys have my screen open at the moment?
Yes, we can see.
Citation. Okay, that's perfect. So what we recently brought in was the client acquisition tool, which allows you to go and pretty much get clients in a way. It's a prospecting system. But then to take it further, what we're going to allow you to do is we've created this tool called Local Citation Scanner. Now, we've already got about 100 more than this, so they'll be added in as well. This isn't available yet. We're still working on it. But when it is released, you'll find it under the Client Acquisition tab. It obviously will update you. And let me just refresh my page. So the idea here is that you can just simply go and click New Citation Scan, and you've got a couple of options here, and we're going to add a few more. But the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to give it any sort of a report name. It doesn't matter what it is. And let's just say we're going to do, I don't know, what's a good industry?
Just do attorneys or lawyers.
Okay, so we'll do it in Dallas, let's just say. So then what you're going to do is if you just want to use a keyword, you're just going to select, you're then going to type in lawyers. And then your location would be, in this instance, let's say Dallas. And you can put text, you can put whatever else you want in there. But we're just going to do it like this for now. And you select the engine you want to use. And then you're just going to select your final search phrase from here, what you're typing in. Once you've done that, obviously it's going to go and it's going to scan the 7-pack, and then it's going to go and find all the citations. So we just can click yes, send me an email when this is done, and schedule it. It's pretty much as simple as that. And what's going to happen is to let you know once it's completed, so you can see it's here, it's busy pending. And this one I just set up before I took my screen share, which is busy processing. What we'll do is we can have a look at any one of these results here. So, for example, in Plumbers Dallas, what we can do is we can view our listing here, and this is going to load the 7-pack as well as results buttons of the citations. So what we can do here, and sorry for my voice, I've kind of just woken up, it's pretty early in the morning here. We've got here, so for example, this one, we can just click view results. Now what this is going to allow you to do is see all the found and the not found ones. The found ones, you can view the listing, and the not founds, you can create one. You can filter that at the top here. And then let's say that you want to send to this company here, your Dallas plumbing company, all the not founds. You simply click not found. And then you're going to have the ability to just generate your PDF. And in one click, you can add your branding that you've set up in your profile with all your logos and company info and everything, and you can choose which citations you want to show in the report. So let's just, for this example, let's just show that all the ones from Dallas only, and then you can throw in a contact me to build these for you, or whatever the case is, and then you just hit generate, and that's going to download a PDF that you can go and give straight to a client right away. So it's pretty much a research tool, but it's also a client acquisition tool in a way. That's going to go out there and it's going to show you all this sort of stuff. Now, as I said, we're still a couple of weeks away from ready. And because I'm just sharing my one screen, you don't see it, but it's a pop-up. It gives you a full PDF with all your branding in it in all the places that they don't yet have citations. And this database, our goal is to have the largest citations database online. So we have someone working full-time on this, just on this tool, throwing stuff in every single day, and we're going to support more countries as well. And then this kind of ties in with one other tool that we're working on here as well, called Local Review Badges. And what this allows you to do is it allows you, for your clients, to create widgets for their site that look something like this. So what we can do is you can call it Review My Business. Call it. This is obviously going to go on your client site that you're managing. You can choose the width, so based on their sidebar or wherever you're putting it, you can see it building out here. You can choose whether you want the badges or the stars, and then whether you want it to closed or open. So if it's opened, what's going to happen is by default, it's going to list like this, directories that you select. Closed would obviously then be on hover or click. So what we have here is, as we did recently, we ran a citation report before. You can simply come here and you can just choose the report that you ran, and it's going to list all the sites that this service has citations for at. So you can instantly add them in. So let's say you want them to have a link to your BBB page or your super pages or whatever the case is. Obviously, you would want to use that Yext and Yahoo Local and all that sort of stuff as well, Google Plus. But for now, we're just going to do those two, and then you can actually add any citation that you want. If you just click Add New Citation, you'll be able to put in the directory name and the citation URL that you want them to go to, because as you can see, it's the exact custom URL. Once you've done that, there's a couple of features here that you can just change the colors of everything like that. So if you want to change your font, you want to change your background color, pretty much total flexibility on how you want it to look. And then this is telling the visitor what I want them to do. And then obviously you have a footer badge, so this guys are going to be able to get your affiliate links in. So it would be maybe something like managed by, and then you put in your company name here. So let's say that this is going to be, I don't know, Monaco SEO, and your URL. Okay. And that's it. And then you're going to be able to get this code. You're going to be able to put it on the site. So you see how we have it on closed. You click on it. You're going to be able to sort exactly how you want it all to look, what background colors you want. And as you can see, because it's closed, the normal visitors only see something like this. They click on it in the header. It's going to have this nice big pop down with all the citations that you've added. So if we went and just threw in a few more. And obviously you're going to be able to edit everything inside the box and also the layout. So you can have them in rows, which is how I prefer. Sorry, in columns rather than in rows. And all of this stuff is coming pretty soon to you guys. Let's just make the background color not look so weird. So yeah, you're pretty much then going to be able to go and then you can click on those and rate your business. And obviously the benefit for you is that that client is now providing backlinks for you. So pretty much we got this requested by a customer. It was actually Stephen Floyd who asked for this. And we kind of listened to whatever our members tell us, and where it makes sense we go and we start building it in. So there's that, and there's going to be at least 3 or 4 more other tools built around citations, as well as our plan to build this into the largest citation database on the net. And all of that's going to be coming to you guys probably within 2 weeks. We should be able to start putting this stuff live for you, on top of obviously everything already in there.
Sounds like pretty exciting stuff you got going on there. Guys, if this sounds exciting to you, just an added bonus in with everything that you have with OMG Command Center. And, Colin's went out and done all this for OMG. Give him a number 2 in the chat box. He's let me go ahead and make Colin an organizer so he can see it. But go ahead and give him a number 2 in the chat box. Let him know that you're excited about it. And say about 2 weeks you're going to be having that hit, Colin.
Yeah, this stuff will sort of be going live within the next 2 weeks.
Great. All right, guys, look for that in a couple weeks. Colin, I appreciate you sharing that with us. And, I just wanted to say thank you for building that for us as well. It's I know a lot of OMGers really are enjoying it and saving a lot of money doing it. So just by adding that in there is a tremendous value for everyone. So thank you.
And thanks very much, guys, for letting me show it off.
Sure. Great. Guys, we'll move on to the next question, and we will jump right into, when I get a new client, can you just walk through what steps you take to rank, in what order? Social, then citations, then weight, then PBNs, then DAS, etc. That might be too broad of a topic, but I'll let Derek try to tackle that one.
Well, I think we can maybe all chime in on that. So we all have different methods a little bit. But I do attack most of the building out social branded properties first. And then I do DAS right away, and then PBNs, and then kind of juice everything up. Then I go into more citations. That's how I usually do it. So.
Great. What about you, Gregory? What do you say?
Yeah, so just like Derek, First thing I do is I go after social, because if you think about it, if you're like any other normal, quote unquote, normal business out there, the first thing you do is tell all your friends on social media. You create your business's Facebook page and everything else. That just not only just looks natural, but it also has good power to it. So the first thing I do as well is set up social, and then I'll also afterwards set up my PBNs, and then I'll do DAS on top of everything else. Citations I personally haven't messed with too much, so I can't really speak on them. It's something I do want to get into, but that's pretty much what I do. Pretty much the exact same way as Derek does it.
Good. I think that covers everything. So we can move on to the next question. Derek, with one feed supercharger, do you recommend the Tumblr link method syndicated through one feed on the same money site than the Tumblr post format?
I think what they're saying is if they're using the plugin on the same site that they're promoting. I think that's.
I think that. I'm not quite sure. I mean, you can see it, can't you?
Yeah. Well, when you're using the plugin, it's actually reading what's in the feed. It's not really promoting the actual feed URL, so you're not worried about making any kind of linking loops or patterns, really. So you're just using it as a tool to get this feed. So you can use it on doesn't matter what domain. You can even use a dummy domain.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good, man. We have a question from Chris Smith. Coco says hello to everybody, and then Chris says, quick question. When is the snow going to stop in New Hampshire? I will let Gregory Ortiz answer that one because, believe it or not, Gregory was a junior meteorologist for Channel 4 News in New York City. So, Gregory, will you take that over?
Sure. So just taking a quick glance at the forecast, looks like we have some southeastern winds coming in right now. So you're looking at snow for the next 2 to 2.5 days.
Great.
A rainstorm. So have fun out there in New Hampshire.
Great. Any other questions you guys have, just throw them at us. We can handle them all. It says, what is the best way to import the information we have to make SEO sense? I really don't know. Do you guys want to try to decipher? Do you kind of understand what she means? Because I don't.
I'm not really too sure, but from what I can, I guess, try to understand what she's saying is my recommendation is just start out with the basics and the foundation of SEO. Like you'll have so many other things to add on top of it, but the basics don't change very much. So it's just go through your members area, get all the basics down packed, and then you can go ahead and start tackling other things that you can add onto it.
I think she had, because there's 2 questions from her, right?
Yeah.
So it says, I am redoing a website with years of blog posts, but I want to make the new site with hello. What is the best way to import the information?
Mm-hmm.
Have it make some sense. I think it just got split between questions.
Great. You want to go ahead and tackle that one then? So if you have a blog with 10 years worth of posts, what's the best way to import the information? To me, I've never attempted that.
Hard. If you're using the Silo plugin, it's kind of hard to do because you have to create new URLs to make the plugin work properly. And so when you import it, it'd have to be at the post level just so it can be even attached to a silo, I think. But that's more of a network empire question. Is there the silo experts on that?
Right.
For their plugin, like I never have to import, so I don't really.
Just to be honest with you,
if you're doing it manually. Yeah, if you're doing it manually, then
just to help her out, I don't know anything about web design. Or this is more complicated end that really almost has nothing to do with SEO and more so site design and site structure and so forth. So I don't think that any of us are really experts at that. We can rank stuff, get clients to get other stuff, but that's what Derek does said, that more lies into, if you have access to our webinar, I would generally ask that question to Sue or Russell or to Jimmy and the Network Empire webinars that they have, and I'm sure they'd be able to answer that with ease. So that's why we have them on board at OMG. They're absolutely amazing. It says here, Google My Maps. If we don't have a NAP, do we still get the benefit from using them with just a city?
You're just making a link, basically. So is any link going to benefit you? Yeah.
Yes. Right. So, but
Put enough content in there so it gets indexed. And
the bottom line is, well, it's just kind of silly just not to go ahead and put the name, address, and phone number on it, and you have both. So it's just one extra step.
You don't have to be verified to have an app, because I mean that's just for Google. But Google will still use that, and a lot of the times they'll use citations to they'll build you a Google My Business page without even being verified, just by going off citations, as it is a big signal. So a lot of times I take mine, they don't have a verified address, but they already have a place in the map just because of those citations.
Great. Next question is, when emailing a video to a client, do you have any tips on getting them to open it in the email and watch the video at a higher rate? You know what? I'm gonna let Angela answer this one. She does a lot of videos and sends stuff out. Then I'll answer the question as well. Angela, are you asleep or are you there?
No, I'm still here. Can you repeat the question now? I didn't hear the first part of it.
Oh, you got to be paying attention, Angela. We can call on you at any second. There's no sleep. There's no sleeping on assimilation. Come on. It says, when emailing a video to a client, cold. This is a cold. Do you have any tips on getting them to open it in the email and watch the video at a higher rate?
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking. Never mind. I misunderstood the question, so I'm glad you did it. One of the things that's good to do is I take a screenshot of their web page using Jing. So I just take a screenshot and I put that into the email, and I put the link in there. So I say to them, click on the link below. So if you put the picture in, so you just add the image, and then you go down and you select the image, and then you go down to the link tool in Gmail. I always use Gmail. If anybody's using anything else, I'm sorry, I can't help you. So then go down to Gmail, paste in the link to the YouTube video, and then when they click on it, when they click on the image, it will go directly to the YouTube. And you can use a service called Banana Tag. It's free. So you can use Banana Tag to see if they actually open the email or not.
Okay. Sounds like some sound advice. I'm going to be honest with you. I never have done a lot of emailing a video cold. I just find that to me it's almost a waste of time. You're not really going to get a very good open rate with the emails you send over like that. And especially if I'm going to take the time to sit down and analyze their website and get their attention and make a video, I've already invested at least 10, 15, 20 minutes worth of time with the research I've had to put in it, making the video and everything. Why wouldn't I just, and you can go to eBay, and they have flash drives that are very small, like 250 megabytes, 500 megabytes, that you can buy for less than $1 in bulk. Some of them you can get for 60 cents. And just load that video on a flash drive, get some lumpy mail. And I know that if you don't know what lumpy mail is you just simply get something that makes the mail not able anything to stack on it. That's what the design of it is. And just send it to them via mail, certified mail. Spend an extra $2 or $3 and get it sent there. The bottom line is if you're going to sit there and waste and do all these videos, and if you think you're going to do a generic video that's just going to get them over to click it, like if you're going to do a one video for all kind of thing, I don't know how successful that's going to be. Everything's got to be personalized, and that's how I've had a tremendous amount of success. So my advice is don't send emails cold. Go ahead and get certified mail in it. There is something that, let me bring that up here because I really don't care if everyone sees this. Hold on. It's 3D mail. Let me pull it up here. Right here. This is what lumpy mail is, guys. And you can get creative when you're doing it.
Oh, yeah, the one with the trash cans, right, Cotton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This right here, and you can get a free book and they're going to send it, but you can just look at their products and they call it 3D mail, lumpy mail, whatever, lumpy mail. So you can actually put anything. Look, you can buy this bank bag right here and you can put the flash drive in there and stuff it full of stuff and send it to someone. Do you think they're going to open it up? So yeah, you could put a little note in there also. You could send it like this. You could put this trash can inside an envelope this size right here. There's all sorts of creative ways that you can do with the video that I just wouldn't send it cold. I mean, look at all the ideas here. Don't you think that someone might open this money bag up if you sent it to them and just put the postage on it? And there's all sorts of things like, look, foot in the door. You know, if you could staple that flash drive to that foot and just send it, I think that'd be cool. There's coins, there's dollars, there's all sorts of ideas here. Guys, if this doesn't spark your imagination of what you can do to get a client's attention, then nothing will. And I've had a tremendous amount of success with this. I know that Armando does a lot of his business this way. So don't waste time sending it cold if it's a personalized email. If it's personalized email and if you think it's good and if you've hand selected your client correctly, spend a few more extra dollars and it's $3-4 and send it out like this and get their attention and get them to open it up. I've found that literally for every 10 of these that I send out, I generally get one client. So that's why I've just found a way to get clients a whole lot faster than this. But this is a great way that if you're just starting out, if you're having a hard time getting clients, that these are ideas that you can do. If you guys found this helpful, give me a 1 in the chat box. I mean, if what I've showed you thinks I can help you. Great. Good. So get your ideas together and just do this. There's a pill bottle. There's all sorts of things you can do here. So just get your ideas that way. So hopefully that was helpful. We'll go back over to the Facebook page. Let me see where I left out on the questions here. You guys probably aren't going to be able to follow me because I'm just going to skip around here. It says, Cotton, I've seen in the 7-pack where some rankings don't have complete addresses. Example, Roofing San Diego, second rank shows Del Mar City, California. Why is this? I am not going to guess, not very much competition. Derek, you want to handle that?
Yeah, well, he's pretty much answered it. I mean, it could be not enough competition. There's not a lot of requirements to be in the 7-pack. You can actually get in the 7-pack without even having a verified business. It's just the more competition is, the more check boxes you're going to need to fulfill and get in there, right? So you can rank in there. The only requirement to actually be ranked in the 7-pack is to be local. That's it, right? So everything else is just making it as more people are trying to compete for that spot, the more things you're going to need. So you're going to need to have the proper NAP. You're going to need more the citation. Need more organic authority. So, but if it's a non-competitive keyword and there's only 5 people actually competing for it, your chances of getting there are pretty good for barely doing any work, right? All you need to be is local to that search.
Great. What's up, Patrick? Had a good time with Patrick at OMG Live, and he asked, what is the current requirements of the Google 7-pack? And we're going to be updating that, and Derek just kind of discussed over it, but we're going to be making a few modules. Derek and I get busy. We've been trying to get together to make the module about the Tumblr stuff for 2 weeks, and we just keep missing each other. I think that we were supposed to do it last night, and Derek was tired, so it's all good. We're going to get to it before the end of the year, I'm sure. Derek, regarding the Tumblr post that you did 2 weeks ago, cute cats, it was a text post, but it had an image in the post. How did you do that, Derek? And thanks for all your awesome help.
That was magic. Yeah, when you create a post, the way Tumblr, they changed the way the layout is now, but on the left-hand side, there's like a little drop-down where you can click on it and you can add image or add video or what else is in there? But where you do it now, you can do just an image, but I prefer to do a text then add the image, because then you get a title. Otherwise, you don't get the title, and it's harder to find your post. You have to use the RSS to find the actual link.
Sounds good, buddy. All right, next question. When you help a client build a branding profile, would you ask the customer to build their own, or would you build it for them? And the second part of that question is, who will own these social properties? You or the customers? Gregory Ortiz, what do you say?
So, sorry, Cotton, I was trying to follow along. Who was it that asked that question again? I'm sorry,
Gregory.
because I'm
Gregory,
jumping back and forth.
were you sleeping on me too? Come on, man.
No, not at all.
I'm just joking. It says, when you help build client branding profiles, would
Okay,
you,
from Chris R. I got it.
right, would you ask them to build their own, or would you build it for them? And who's going to own them or you?
Well, for me, I mean, I like to think of everything as if I'm the client first. So if I'm paying someone for something, I would like to own those properties within reason. It's going to be social properties, which are like, let's say you're speaking specifically about like a Twitter. So let's say their company name is, I don't know, Shave Club. So if you have twitter.com/Shave Club, they should own that property because they'll be able to tweet from it in the future, whether they use your services continuing or not. Obviously, of course, compensator for it, so you should include that in any contract that you draw up for them and make sure that you charge them for creating it in the first place. But you should want them to go ahead and own that in the first place. As far as them building it or you, I mean, if you're going to build it, obviously you charge them for it. It can go either which way. I have clients who prefer to build their own, and I build some for other clients too. It really just depends on the client.
Right. I'll jump in and kind of answer that as well. I build them for them. I don't ever give them a choice, and I just give them the passwords. And that, to me, these social profiles are worthless if I'm branding their name. I have no beneficial value to them, and they're so inexpensive. And let's face it, we can all go in and create a Facebook page. It's not like there's any value to it unless you're starting to actually throw PBNs at them or other stuff. So I just go ahead and let them keep them. But generally, I just keep them on file. But I normally have the same email address, the same password, and I keep an Excel file on all my customers. If they ask for the logins and passwords, I give it to them. If they never do, then I just keep them. And that way I can do whatever I want with them, if that's the case. But I just don't hand them out unless they ask for them. So Gregory's advice is very sound, and it's always great to hear different perspectives, everything. So that's like why we have other guys on here. This is probably going to be a question for Derek. And any advice on getting age Tumblr accounts?
There is the scraping method, but that's kind of hard to teach. But you can do there's Fiverr gigs, and you go to Blackout World. There's people selling them all the time. You can usually get one or two for $5. So.
Mm-hmm. So you're advising people to go into Blackout World, Derek?
No, don't go there.
Yeah. So just do some searching around. I'd like to think if you ask some people, even if you do a search for, age Tumblr accounts, you might be able to find up something. I knew a guy 6 months ago that was selling PR4, PR5 Tumblr accounts. But once again, I don't know if he's around doing it anymore. But just ask around, keep asking everyone or just post it in OMG. Say, hey, do you know of anyone that's selling any age Tumblr accounts? You might be very surprised on what response you get back from people just sitting back stashing them. The OMG's got a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. Says here, Cotton, for a site using a discovery form, could you also use the new Site Auditor Pro tool in OMG Command Center? This is the one that provides a free site audit for anyone submitting the information through the sidebar widget. Sure, you absolutely could do that. Until OMG Command Center came around, there was one reason why I never used any site auditor, and it was the main one that everyone was using. This has nothing to do with OMG Command Center. I want to make that very clear before I explain this. The one at OMG Command Center is 100% safe to use. The other one that everyone was using was owned by, and if we go to right here, I want to make this very clear to everybody because it really upsets me what they've done, is it's owned by the Ocean Agency, who at one point was my competitor. So all of these things, and no offense to Hung Lee, he's a great guy, and he provided everyone a lot of information with that site auditor. But what he didn't do his homework and look is that site auditor was owned by the Ocean Agency. And what they do is, why do you want my competitor, who's number one, getting all of their leads of you and all of OMG and everyone else? They see your leads of everyone that's filling out your site auditor and come back and try to sell them SEO after a certain amount of time. You better read their terms of services. So I've never implemented that and started creating other sort of client getting methods where now I'm like well over 100. But that's why I never used it. Using what's inside of the OMG Command Center is 100% safe. If I had to go back and do it all over again, because I've already got very successful methods, and if I knew that it was safe, I probably would have implemented that. So there's nothing wrong with you using it if it's through the OMG Command Center. I wouldn't advise going through that other Site Auditor Pro that is through the Oceans Agency, because they're just going to poach your SEO clients. So just be very, 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 very aware of that. So just wanted to make sure and say that. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. You can absolutely use that through OMG Command Center to be very, very, very helpful to you. Next question is Cotton, I've seen a 7-pack where I'm like stepping on myself here. It says
backfired on you.
Yeah, I got caught up. Oh, we got the answer from Dean. He said it was 100,000 unique pages. Could you do that without a geo modifier? And probably the short answer is going to be no. Right.
Do anything, but I don't know how long it's going to rank for.
Right. Exactly. It says here, I have a site that got a manual penalty even though each page has 2,000 words of high quality content, 8 branded videos, and the sidebar that are ranking very well in images. Privacy contact, affiliate disclaimer. I think it was part of a gold IRA witch hunt. The site went from number 1, page 1 to number 50. And with all this Google said thin content, what should I do? Thanks. Derek?
A lot of times, beginning the thin content penalty, even for just having like PBN links going to a site, even though it is high quality. So they're just kind of sometimes just spitting out just that they don't really have the answer for. I guess they're saying. That's how I find it. I've had sites that they just think that they're you're gaming the system somehow, and then they'll just use random different messages sometimes, even though they are good content. But you can also look at see if been copying your contents. Just Google it, see if you find other duplicate copies of it. That might be the reason too. They might think that you're the one that's doing the duplicate content instead.
You know what? We've not went over this on like any of this webinar, but maybe people don't know about it, what like Copyscape is, but you can look at Copyscape. So we can go in here and we can look and see how many people have copied cottongrammar.com. Now I haven't done this in a long time. This is it's free to do, but look, all of these people here have copied my site that they found. There's 10 results. Well, obviously this is my site. But there's other people right here. This is my site, and then there's another one right here. So you can go into premium, and you can also check for different stuff. But that's one way to do it. But Derek also, just says copy the first 3 paragraphs and just put it in Google and hit search.
Yeah, well, what it does is takes snippets and then actually uses Google Index for it. So that's their
right.
That's their main engine for it, which is the freeway. But this is just more of a
sure.
Yeah, more bells and whistles.
Yeah. So if you've haven't heard of Copyscape, check it out. I've also seen Derek take the first couple sentences and just post it in there, and you can also see who like does it also, who's like actually copying the content. We actually did that last night when we were on a Skype call with a couple people that worked really well. So there we go. Next question. It says, Cotton or any of the presenters, do you use any form of project management software? Anything to keep yourself organized? If not, how do you keep yourself organized? It's funny is I had this question asked to me yesterday by Angela. And so I'm not, you guys won't like the answer that I told her. I just said, I don't use any of these softwares. I just use Basecamp and, just use my notes and other stuff. But Derek, what do you use?
Yeah, I use Basecamp, and then I use Trello too. Depends what I'm doing. For DAS, I'll use Trello. But for everything else, I use Basecamp most of the time.
What about you, Ortiz?
I use Excel, LastPass, and a pad and paper. That's really it.
Great. Angela, did you discover anything from last night that's groundbreaking?
I actually looked at a couple things. I've been using AnyDo, so any.do, which works pretty well.
What does any dot do
It's
for those
basically,
people that don't know what that is?
yeah, just Google it, any.do. So it's any.do. Yeah, there you go. So you can create different lists that are categorized, and they have a pretty good interface for your Android phone or your iPhone. So I like it. I was just, I'm always looking for new ideas to better manage stuff. So basically, I just put everything in a list, like all my follow-ups, and you can make notes and add in things like invoices and stuff like that. So it's a good way to keep track of everything for sure.
Cool. It's a different
It's pretty
idea
good too
that.
if you.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, Evernote's pretty good.
Yeah.
Evernote is pretty good for a free option. We use that sometimes.
Yeah, I'd like to know that I've seen
I don't
Mike.
really understand how you'd use Evernote though. I don't.
I
You know,
don't.
I've never used Evernote for that.
You know what I would do?
Oh.
I would like talk to Mike Hayden. I like seeing a post in OMG where he's got like 1,300 hours worth of video in there and other stuff. So Mike's a pretty sharp dude. If he's figured out something, I would definitely shoot him a message and find out what he's doing if you're looking for organization management. So here we go. Next question says, let me go here. Back to question one, SERP shaker type strategy. If you have thousands of pages and you want to link back to one sales page, how should we link? No follow? I think my question is, why would you want to do that though?
Yeah, I'd use no follow. Anything with mass
Sure.
pages.
Yeah, but then the next question is for what purpose? So that's why. So next question, Cotton, how did you all get featured? Oh, Cotton, how did I get featured on my website like CNN, CBS? Because they picked up the articles that I submitted them and put them on there. I mean, if you think one of the things is that and I hope this doesn't offend anyone the wrong way. I am totally against people that use press releases and put that they're featured on CBS, ABC, and that. To me, that is the biggest lie. It's a scam. You are not featured on there. You have done nothing to deserve it. And you're just trying to manipulate people to think that you're better than what you are. I'm sorry I'm that harsh about it, but it's one of those pet peeves of mine where I see people, hey, how do I get these logos on there? Well, why don't you submit your stuff? I was on Yahoo Australia. I was on CBS. I was on other stuff. I submitted an article about Google sandboxing and got on CNN World News, and it was picked up by them. So that's how I got on there. I actually earned my way on there by writing articles to get on there. So that's how I got on there. So there's this strategy that people say, hey, let's do a press release. And I know that they teach that in LinkedInception with that Wells guy, so you can put it on your LinkedIn page. But I promise you this, no, almost 95% of these people have not done anything, have ranked anything, or not even ranked number one or anything to deserve to have any of those logos. So when to me, myself, and I'm sorry I'm being this harsh, when I see those logos, I immediately know that you're not legitimate. And so do a lot of people in SEO. So I would honestly not use them at all. The only reason I have them on my website because I earn them. But now you've made me rethink the whole process. I might just remove them. So there's no question about it. What do you think, Gregory?
Yeah, not only that, with the press release ones, if you actually look at the ones that go out there, you're featured on an affiliate of the network. You're not actually featured on the network. So technically, if like ABC or CBS or all of them got pissed off enough, which may never happen, but if they did, they could technically make you even remove it and remove the use of their logo because you're not featured on their site at all. Just like Cotton said, it's kind of like a scam.
Yeah. Or just earn your way. Just write articles and write some interesting SEO articles and turn them into different places. There are other things that I've showed other people where you can submit your articles in and it kind of puts it at the top of the stack to where you can get into some of these places. You can actually also, and I might go through this in a module, actually, as you can with PPC and other stuff, actually pay to get your articles onto CNN. And if they consider it, then they'll put it on there. So there's a number of different ways to get featured on different regions or different stuff of a lot of these major things if your content is good enough. But by doing a press release, I'm just not for it. And I'm sorry if that offends some people, but it's just earn your way. You don't. It's not going to make you get any more business. Trust me, because if that's the case, you would see all these logos around my name. And I just don't do it. And I know Derek doesn't do it. I know Gregory doesn't do it. I didn't see Angela do it. Mike Long doesn't do it. Greg doesn't do it. Jimmy doesn't do it. So all these people that are making all these money, all of the money, the most money in OMG, don't do it. So follow that. The reason that I became as lucrative as I have at SEO is because I followed Greg Morrison and Jimmy and took advice from people like Derek and Mike and all these other things. And if I don't see them doing it, I don't do it. And I pretty much followed Greg's methodology down to a T, his work ethic and his testing and everything. So I just modeled myself after Greg, and I don't ever see Greg or any of these guys, or even Stephen Floyd, or or Fletch or Alex Gould or Armando Sinise or any of these other guys that are just killing it with these logos on there. So please follow people that are actually successful, that are making money, and not people that are trying to be posers. So that's just my advice. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but that's just reality.
But if you do have actually, like, you're featured in something like Search Engine Journal or Search
Sure.
Engine Land, those are great to have. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
just posting there.
I totally agree with you. I totally
those
agree
actually
with you.
provide a lot of credibility.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you 100%. If you earned it by writing an article or you were featured in there, by all means put it on there. But don't do a press release. It's just to me it's just kind of lame. Regarding the 7-pack, I have a business I'm currently ranking for who has 2 locations in the same city. Currently, I'm only trying to get him into the 7-pack for 1 location. I have 3 questions. It's does this address with schema.org markup need to be all the pages, for instance, in the footer, or is that not necessary? Or can he suffice with the NAP on the correct page? I'll let you get to the first one, Derek.
Well, the contact page is the most important page when you're dealing with local. So if it's at least on there, it should register, help you get into the 7-pack.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not in the 7-pack and you're number 1 organic, then you might have some other issues that we'd have to dig deeper into.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of hard it's hard to make a generalization of what it could be.
Great. The second part of the question is, would it hurt him if I get the 2 locations in the footer or contact page of his website?
You don't want to have 2 locations on the footer. Always just one, the main location.
Okay. If I wanted to rank the second location, he has a phone number currently for that one. Would that be possible with the same website, phone number, name, or do I need to go about it differently?
You'll need to have a different phone number and then use a different page on the site to use for the contact information for that page.
Great. Hopefully that answers it. Those are some pretty detailed questions. You did a great job, Derek. It says, sorry for such basic. What video service software do you use? I've tried Jing. It also comes back in SWF format, which isn't suitable. Jing Pro, which is an MPP4, Camtasia. It says, I know you use Vimeo for clients, but what do you use to get the videos done and send to Vimeo? Well, I'm a Mac guy, so I don't have anything that's not an Apple product. Even if Apple had underwear, I'd probably buy them.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like kind of upset that they don't. But
I use Screencast-O-Matic.
okay, that's like one to use. So that's from a Windows user, but we're still deeply trying to convert her over. But
No, I actually use it on my Apple. I like it because I can do the picture-in-picture thing.
Oh, you like switched over to a Mac?
Oh yeah, I've been Mac for about 6 months now, and I really like it.
Welcome.
Yeah, wow. And I guess maybe that's why you start blowing up, making money. Yeah?
I don't think that had much to do with it, but it can't hurt.
I use ScreenFlow, and
ScreenFlow's great.
yeah, that's all I've ever used. I know that Mike uses Camtasia. The video series that Mike and I shot with the Velvet Ropes was Mike was on his MacBook Air, and he used Camtasia for that. Derek, what do you use, buddy?
For short stuff, I use Jing, but I also have Screen Presso, I believe it's called. it records unlimited length of videos, and it's HD and it's free.
Cool. So yeah, you got a bunch of different options, but whatever works for you, it's just kind of what you get used to. You just kind of stick with. It doesn't mean one's actually better than another one. Dan Scott wants to know if we're all losing sound at a high frequency. No, Dan, I heard that earlier, but this question was probably 40 minutes ago. So yes, yes, we were at one point skipping in and out quite a bit. It said, let me go to the next one. What do you think about the OMG Command Center for domain search? I don't know. Maybe Colin can answer that question if he's not went back to sleep in the UK.
Yeah, and I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically the command center also has, I think it's currently 3 age domain finder tools. So pretty much I'd like to think that we've now got Register Compass beaten just for simplicity and the fact that we also have a top expiring domains tool. It updates every day and it shows you the days of domains expiring. And there's always over 2,000 in there, and it's always, sort of high quality, all indexed, high trust flow, all the metrics and everything is sortable, and you can set up filters to receive emails anytime domains hit your criteria, and then you just click a link. We've also got expired domain finders in the Edge domain finder. So yeah, pretty much it covers all domain finding needs. And when Mr. Ortiz has a bit of time, we're also setting up a marketplace inside there. And I'm going to hold
I just sent you a Skype message, Colin, regarding it. Sorry about that.
No worries, man, no worries. So Greg's actually going to kind of sell some domains through Command Center as well. And I'm twisting his arm, which virtually through the computer, to basically extend a discount to members of OMG Command Center, just a small one compared to if you bought through his site. So we'll see if we get that to happen. Just put you on the spot in front of 200 people.
Oh, thanks.
but yeah, and there'll be a marketplace in there as well. And yeah, obviously Greg is the big fish who we're trying to get as a supplier, but we'll also open that up to a couple other guys as well. So there's pretty much 4 different ways of getting domains through the Command Center.
Great. Thank you for that answer. And the next question that we will go to is, Derek's going to be limited with this. What do you need, Derek, to take off in about 5 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Minutes.
Yeah, we'll take questions for another 5 minutes, and then we'll go into the rest of the content. What is the best method to rank a lead gen site with a brand new EMD? I have all this social setups, Google Business, listings, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, videos, and I have PBNs, but not sure if I should start firing links at them right away. What do you say?
Depends on your quality of the PBNs. I mean, if they're really high trust flow, you can start sending them right away, but just kind of dance around the don't use that in your anchor text for a little while. Just kind of use your LSIs first, and then generic, and then work your way into using the actual EMD, because you don't have the authority. It doesn't recognize it as a brand yet, so it takes a while for that to kick in. So I kind of just dance around it a little bit.
Great.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Sure does. Let me going through to find more questions here. So here we go. It says, cool. I mean, I'll read something that's some encouragement here. Stuff like this keeps me going, and really kind of makes me happy that I'm doing these webinars. It says, "What's up, Cotton? Just wanted to say hi and let you know that your words on last week's webinar gave me a breakthrough. Got great things in the works because of you. You're awesome, and thanks a million, man. Sorry for being on topic. That's all right, Chris. Appreciate the kind words. Anytime you guys want to drop in kind words, if Derek's helped you, let them know, man. I mean, Derek and Gregory and Angela are like here on their own free time. They're not getting paid for this, and it's just because they love to help people, and it's just they're just great people. I mean, they don't have to be here. So any little words of encouragement that I encourage you to do this, just send Derek. You know what? Let's thank him right now. Let's go to the Facebook page. Just thank Derek, Gregory, Angela for just coming on and just put hashtag thanks and let them know. And that like makes them feel good, lets them know that they're spending their spare time here. Derek is like on a crunch right now. I mean, I like know he's got to go uh, pick up or drop off his daughter here in a couple minutes, and so he just could have said, "Hey,
Yeah.
Cotton, I just can't come on today." But he was generous and said, "Look, man, I'll go down to the wire." And so, my like daughter's only 5 minutes away. I'll like stay until that 5 minutes is so I can get on there. So, they're like here just out of the kindness of their heart. They're not getting commissions. They're not getting anything. And that just is a testament to them. So when you give them words of encouragement like that, it really goes a long way, and it just helps them come back even more. I like know that post right there that I just read will certainly resonate with me the rest of the day, and make me feel wonderful. So them knowing that you appreciate them, just drop them a personal email, just or even a message on Facebook if you ever get a chance, just thanking them for their time, because they don't have to be doing this. Right, Derek?
Drop my little PayPal address in there. Taking donations.
Yeah. If you want to, Derek's not going to be upset. If you want to donate to Derek's fund.
Buy me a beer.
Exactly. Let me try to find here. Someone says, Cotton, can you show us the questions? I could, but I read them off. And if I took time to copy them out and showed you the questions, the webinar would slow down quite a bit. So here we go. Okay, we have a question from Dustin. He says, when Derek and Gregory say do DAS on top of everything else, what exactly does that consist of? What type of DAS? Are they building DAS? Are they building the DAS stack that Jimmy built in Cut, or some other form of DAS? What other form of DAS, Derek? Or is there just one DAS?
There's many forms of DAS. I mean, the one that Jimmy and Greg did in the director's cut video that works like gangbusters. So that's one definitely be using. And then I'll just do more of some generic DAS. Just I don't know how many diagrams with me to show you right now. But
Well, that's like for a ghost webinar. We'll do a ghost webinar and let you show your diagrams and like stuff. By the way, guys, just to let you know, not to interrupt everything, but Derek, my friend, if you need to take off, I mean, that's okay. I like understand. We're gonna answer a few more questions. So if you guys want to say goodbye to Derek, he's gonna take off to go get his
I'll
daughter.
be back in like 15 minutes or so.
Oh, okay. Well, then Derek will be back in. See, look how great that is. He's just going to go get his daughter and come right back. But what I wanted to say is also is these ghost webinars we're doing. We decided to keep doing them, so we're going to be doing pop-up webinars. We've already got a couple things planned for them, and just one of them is on the fly right now. Is Derek might show his DAS maps that are highly successful in one of these ghost webinars. So they could pop up anytime you want. I know that I'm going to do one between now and this time next week. We're just going to do a pop-up webinar just at any time. No idea what the subject matter is going to be. All I know is the people that's going to be involved in it. And whenever we all message each other and say, hey, you around? And they, yeah, are you around? Yeah, I'm around. We'll just jump on and throw it together no matter what time it is. So hope you guys enjoyed that. So we'll get Derek to show his DAS maps on one of those. So stay tuned for some more ghost webinars also. So we will get to some more questions, and then we will let Gregory give his pretty good review. It says here, Gregory Weatherman. We just now got to the Weatherman stuff, so we're that far behind. It says, Cotton, SEO splitting. What are some of the more low barrier entries that you're splitting with? Well, there's lots of things. I mean, to me, the easiest thing is building social profiles. If someone doesn't have a LinkedIn, a Twitter, a Pinterest, anything, just going out and offering to build that. Angela has a very good one. And you know what? This might be a very good segue to jump into you, Angela, and then just kind of hold, to hold Gregory is kind of like the big nuclear bomb. You've created a new way of like SEO splitting, and you've kind of put your own spin on it and did a lot of research to get it together. So would you like to share? I'd like to know that we've seen a lot in your posts that you've been getting a lot of clients through social media management. And before we get you on, I want to make sure that for those of you that are new, there's a big difference in online reputation management and social media management. Online reputation management is pushing down negative reviews, which can be very difficult and many times much more difficult than SEO. And I'm building out a lot of modules to release out in OMG here in the next few weeks. And then there is also what she's doing is social media management, which is you go in and you take a business's social media and you post fresh content on that daily, and you just kind of manage that for them. So, Angela, I'll let you take over and let me give you the presenter. Do you need anything to present or?
I already took control over it.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
I think.
Excuse me.
Wow. Exactly.
Hey,
Oh, my God.
thanks, buddy. Lay the reins and get out of the way. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
No, I can't. Yeah. Yes, I can now. Yes, I can now. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So here's what I did. I'm a member of a networking group called Business Networking International, and every community has one of these groups. And so, I recommend that you join a networking group because it'll tell you a lot about what business owners need, what local business owners need, and you'll get business from it. It might take you a while, but you will get business from it. So one of the things I have been talking with people about is getting reviews, like getting reviews on Yelp and getting reviews on Google Plus, and how important that is for you. Well, a lot of these people, they are not technical at all. I mean, to say that they're not technical is like the understatement of the century, okay? Like a lot of these people, they don't even have a website for their business. That's how bad it is. So when I started talking about, build a Google Plus page and claim your Yelp page, they kind of looked at me with blank expressions. So I said, okay, I will use Cotton's method, which is a really great method. I will build them their social profiles. So what I did was I took this flyer to my group and I handed it out and I said, look, you just tell me which ones you need over here on the left. Do you need Facebook? Do you need Pinterest? Do you need Twitter? Do you need Google Plus? Do you need Yelp? And I will build those for you. But here's the thing. Now they have social media pages, but what the heck do they do with it, right? So think about it. You're a small business owner. You've got your hands full running your business. Now you've got these social profiles. What do you do with them? So I thought, okay, I need to find some way to help the people in my group get stuff pushed out on social media. So I did some research, and I found this place called Retortal, okay? So this is a British company. They are a social media outsourcing company, okay? So what they do is they produce social media that other people can resell, and they do it very, very cheaply, and the stuff that they produce is high quality. I definitely wanted someone who would give me social media in American English and not British English or Indian English or any other funky kind of English. No offense to any across the pond who's online, but I'm here. I want American English. I don't want it to sound weird. So when I looked at what they were offering, I could not believe how low their prices were. So, I don't know if you all know this, but the average price to manage somebody's book page in 2012 was $1,000. I mean, that is prohibitive for most small business owners. You can't afford that. So I was looking for something that was very cost effective, and here's what I found. So you can actually outsource this and charge your client double this or triple this, and it's still a seriously good deal for them. Okay, so that's what I started offering social media management packages. It's really important when you're doing social media to post content regularly, consistently. And I think that is the biggest challenge for small business owners, is that it's really difficult to come up with, so there's five days in a 4 weeks in a month. You've got to come up with 20 pieces of really great content for one channel. So you've got to come up with 20 pieces of whatever for your Facebook page, and you can probably repurpose that for your LinkedIn page and maybe get some tweets out of it. But then you've got to schedule it. So then you've got to get a buffer or some other mechanism for doing that, and it gets really complicated really fast. And people don't have the bandwidth to figure all that out. So what I did was, I said, great, let me just figure out how I can make money doing this. So I created 3 packages based on these packages here. So you all can figure out what you're comfortable charging, but here's what I'm charging. So I decided that, you know, $279, $379, and $479 sounded like pretty good prices to me. My monthly profit, and I do nothing for this, okay? So you're like, oh, whoop-de-doo, $260 a month or $200 a month. Fine, sniff all you want to, but this is money that comes into me that I do nothing for, okay? So here's what I did to fix the interface. So if you go to this is my website. Colin, you're going to be happy. See, I'm using your analysis tool here. Okay, so if you click on social media marketing, it brings you to a page where you can read about the services that I'm offering. I have a video here, and then there's also a down I'll get to in a second. So I tell people, you know, what's the problem? You have to create 60 pieces of social media, post it every few hours, and then find time to run your business, and then keep repeating it. So that's a problem for people. So I'm reaching that pain point with the sales messaging. So here you can click on to buy your subscription, or you can click here to learn more. When you click more, you know, I talk about how hard it is to, you know, to keep publishing all this social stuff and what's included and what's not included. So, I mean, you can come here and look at this later if you want to.
Sure. You know what, guys, what I want you to take away from this is she's taken the idea of like SEO splitting. And what she's done is she's went out and she sold these social media profiles. Now she's turbocharged it even another level. So what's happened is Angela's had a lot of success going through some BNI meetings. Goes to the BNI meetings and she hands those out to everybody. And they fill it out and they get it back to her and they pay her the 20, 30 bucks. And then the next phase for her, which has been very painless for her, is to say, hey, now what are you going to do with these social media profiles? Let me go ahead and post content to them. And she's been able to generate at least $1,000 to $2,000 extra a month off of the same thing for doing absolutely nothing. Maybe they're not ready for SEO right now, but they want to look like that they're busy on social media. So she's just found another way to do absolutely nothing, but just ask a question and generate passive income. So this isn't, now there was a lot of confusion when she posted this. I think this is brilliant what she's doing. She's just showed you how to outsource something 100% and make a couple $100s a month for doing nothing. And what I don't want you to take away, which was there was a misconception in the Facebook group that Angela is just going out trying to sell social media management, which that's not what she's trying to do. Angela's still trying to go out and get large SEO clients that produce a lot of money. We all know that's where the money is, but what a brilliant idea that she came up with all on her own. I have nothing to do with this. This is all from her brain that she's went out and put all this together and come up with this. So guys, if you think this is a benefit and if like you've enjoyed this, what like she showed you, and if you think that this is a way that you might be able to ask your clients. Now, I want you to think about this, what Angela showed us right here. You've already got SEO clients, or you might know other SEO clients. You can skip the whole build a social media profile. Angela has given us another play to the playbook. You can say, do you have social media accounts? Yes. Are you posting on them regularly because it's very important? No. I can do that for you. And what's going to happen is you're going to generate passively. If you've got 5 clients, you might be able to generate another $1,000, $1,500 a month just off of this idea alone. And let's face it, guys, that's someone's rent, mortgage payment. Guys, you're $500 away from leasing a Ferrari. I'm like, seriously, you can go out and rent a Ferrari for $2,200 a month. So, I mean, this is amazing is what I'm like trying to tell you. So, guys, please go to the Facebook group and type in #ThanksAngela. If like you think that this is something that you can add to your arsenal, that you're glad that she shared this with us, because I think it's brilliant. I mean, it's a great way to make money quickly. So guys, I don't even want to continue. We've got well over 200 people on this thing. Let's get at least 50 of these things thanking her. I mean, this is a brilliant idea. I mean, it's brilliant. So let her
Thanks, Scott.
Sure, show your thanks to her with like this. I mean, because I never thought of this myself. So, Angela, how many people have you actually flipped over to this now?
Well, I just got the website or the web page up last week. So when I go to my BNI meeting tomorrow morning, I'm going to say, listen, here's what I can do for you for less than $300 a month. I can do X, Y, Z. Tell them, I want restaurant owners, I want boutique owners, I want people who need social media. Because think about this, Cotton. You're a boutique owner, you've got some stuff you need to move. You're a restaurant owner, you've got to get some butts in the seats because tonight you don't have enough reservations. So you can, if you have a Twitter account, you can go in, this out. This is the demo, okay? So this is the demo panel that you get when you sign up with Retortal Media. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oops, correct login details. Oh, holy Moses, what am I doing here? Hold on.
I mean, if you want to give out the password, we can try to log
Yeah.
in for you.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
You're a nut. I use LastPass. I love it. Okay, so let me just paste that in here. Okay,
So-
for some reason it's not working. I don't
Sure.
know. I'm
Well,
not telling
hey,
you how to
Angela,
work,
just
But anyway, the client can actually add in their own stuff, right? So there's this great dashboard that Retortal has. Let me see if I can go and look at the dashboard here. Let me see.
Angela, while you're trying to work
Just
that
whilst
out,
Angela's doing that.
yeah, guys, just think about this now. We've just got another thing that we can do. So instead of offering them social media profiles, and Angela's done up a very beautiful flyer right there to ask people that. I mean, it looks way better than mine. So maybe if you nudge her, I mean, she might share it. If not, that's okay too. It's hers, but just think about it now. Now, Angela's, with what she just showed up, is a way to open up clients for everyone. If they go, do you have any social media that you need created? No, I have all covered. Oh, you have this? Yes, I have that. I have this. Do you have? Yes, I have that. But now you can say, are you posting on it regularly? Well, no. Well, I can handle all that for you. And you can make a couple $100 a month off of it for doing zero.
Yeah.
So how much time does it take to actually set up one, Angela?
Well, I don't actually do the setup. I refer
Wow.
them to Retortal, and Retortal does everything.
Really? So in other
Yeah.
words, you just give them the login information to the site and that's it?
Yeah, I
Wow.
contact Retortal, and Retortal gives me all of they set everything up. So I pay Retortal, they pay me, I pay Retortal, and Retortal sets up everything. And Retortal actually gets a detailed information profile from the client. So they will know exactly what kind of stuff to produce for the client.
Wow. That sounds fantastic. So any time that we can do a remedial task like social media management and outsource it, make a couple $100 a month is a win for everyone. So
Oh,
Angela,
it's totally great.
Yeah.
And it's drudgery. Okay, this stuff is drudgery, I'll be honest. I don't want to do this. I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot. I
right.
want to outsource it all.
Well, it's
I'm not
true.
creating content.
But but just think about it. Five of these, that's $1,000 a month. I mean,
For free.
yeah.
That's free money.
Yeah, it's free money, man, just for opening up your mouth. I mean, and look,
I'm actually going to implement this.
yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Angela. This is one of the more brilliant client getting tactics that I've seen. So, I mean, congratulations.
Well, thanks. I kind of got the idea from you, though, so I'm not going to take credit.
Well, I like do a lot of things to where sometimes my head's in the clouds and I'm looking for big clients, trying to close 25 clients with one deal, by going for media agencies and stuff that I don't really see the small stuff that can really help everyone. And, and that's what's most important right now is just getting someone's foot in the door and just getting a small win, because we have a lot of people out here that have been with OMG for 6, 7 months, maybe 3 months. They need just anything positive to happen, just a small win. And they're learning another thing. This is a way that they can get a small win very quickly. Who can't? You don't need to know anything to make money right here. All you need to know is just, hey, do you want me to handle this? Yes. You take the money, you sign up for this, you let someone else handle it, and you walk away. No modules watch, no videos you have to learn, no anything. And it's still in the realms of SEO or related to SEO in a small way because it has to do with websites, rankings, and just overall, you have a client now. So think about this. If Angela, and they enjoy what Angela's done over the next month, that they see, wow, this girl is on it, posting all this fresh content over and over again every day, and she's not missing a beat. They don't know how Angela does it. They just think that she's running, a big $1 million agency there in Dallas. Then they're going to go. They're really going to listen to her when she comes to them and says, "Listen, I have a couple more ideas for you about this, and I've made a video for you about how we can handle it." And what are the chances? Give me a one if you think Angela's chances go up 75% that they watch that video and take her seriously, and if she can get a client now after they've done that. Exactly. This is your foot in the door slowly. And sometimes that works for a lot of people, and it's brilliant. So this is one of the better client getting tactics that I've got. So thank you, Angela. Even Gregory's very impressed
Thank
with
you.
it. He's very, very,
Yeah,
very,
thanks, Angela. I'm impressed.
Hey,
yeah,
thanks, guys.
right.
Nice to be on.
Right. But remember, what she's not doing is specifically just focused, laser focused on getting social media management clients. She's wanting to spin these into SEO clients, and that's why she's doing it. So just to clear up what was on Facebook and some of the threads, if you've read them. So thank you once again. And, Angela, if you want, would you be kind enough to, and if you feel uncomfortable, say so. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Would you be kind enough to let people have a PDF of your flyer that we could put inside the members area?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Do you want? And if you want, what I'll do is I can actually make a video about what I'm doing, and we can put it in the members area along with this flyer,
Sure.
if that's what you want.
Guys, let me ask you a
On,
question. Let's
how
see.
to outsource your social media.
Give me a number 8 if you want Angela to make a module about this to explain it further. Oh yeah, look, we got a lot of 8s. Looks like we'll be filming a module on it in the next couple days. So
Okay, awesome. I'll do that. No problem.
Yeah, we will. I will get with you and we'll film a module on that. So, guys, you'll also get the flyer. You'll get all the information that you're going to need. And Angela, we'll get her to walk through and everything that she does to get it set up and everything, which seems pretty simple as it is. But I guess seeing someone do it firsthand just kind of gives comfort to some people. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that done. So thank you, Angela, and look for that. We will probably have that in the members area very, very, very shortly. So next, we're going to move on.
I don't want people to get distracted by this, though. Go after SEO clients. SEO.
Absolutely. SEO is where the money's at, so it's all good.
That's right, baby.
Exactly. So what we're going to do right now is guys, we're not going to stop the client getting tactics. We're going to keep it going. And we should have already did a hashtag mind blown for Angela, but something tells me that we're going to keep the hashtag mind blowing going here with what Gregory Ortiz is going to reveal to us. Right, Gregory?
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
Let me make you the presenter. And guys, we're going to hand it over to Mr. Gregory Ortiz, who's been holding on to this secret for months.
Yeah, I'm not going to steal presenter like Angela did. Hold on one second.
No,
sorry.
Dude, I went ahead and gave it to you. I just handed it over to you. You were very polite.
Yes. All right. Can everyone see my screen? You see
Yes.
Chrome right now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm about to reveal is something that Cotton kind of twisted my arm to reveal to everyone. It's been making me about 8,000 recurrent just using this technique through a bunch of different ways that I do it. And it's virtually doing no work after the initial upfront cost of time and a little bit of money. So actually, let me jump into the chat box real quick just so I can see everyone. So as everyone knows, my two favorite things in the world are obviously spending time but also making money. Love making money. So if you're obviously in SEO like all of us are and you want to make money, the biggest thing you need to make money are money sites, correct? So who here has a hard time thinking of, like what money site to build next or fleshing out their money site, getting it designed? If that's the case, can you give me a 5 in the chat box? All right. Looks like everyone's a 5. Okay, awesome. So this is something that I myself stumble upon. I used to stumble upon it often because I said to myself, okay, I'm able to create this money site, I can make some money out of it, but where's the next big idea? Where's the next money coming from? And I'm someone who I kind of have a little bit of ADD. My brain is all over the place, so it's hard to focus. So I might think of one money site right this second. Next 5 minutes, I'm thinking of another, and I'll forget about what I thought about. So I said, okay, what can I do to actually get more money sites created for me so that way I can invest minimal time? Now, a lot of people say, okay, well, you could think of outsourcing. Outsourcing is great, of course. However, you need to have an idea and a concept, then manage the team, manage the outsourcers, and I personally don't have any time for that. I'd rather not spend time doing it. So I stumbled upon a site that I was actually looking for a totally different purpose. I was looking for a site where I could actually maybe find myself, a quick high PR site back when I thought PR was amazing when I had first started with OMG. And one of the things that I'm sorry, someone said, please, I apologize. I'm kind of excited here, Hortons. But anyway, one of the things that I did was I stumbled upon a site, which I'll reveal it right now. It is flippa.com. Now, if you're familiar with Flippa, can you just give me a 2 in the box? Okay, awesome. So great to see everyone is familiar with Flippa. So my question is, if you're familiar with Flippa, why are you not using it? I am on Flippa every single day. I'm pretty sure after today I will not be on there every single day because all of you guys will start scooping up all the good sites. But pretty much what I do is I'll go onto Flippa and I'll actually search for sites that are already built for me, and you can get them dirt cheap. Here's a perfect example of one I just picked up. zoosupermarket.com. So the entire site was built for me, as you can see. It has Amazon affiliate code in it, everything you could think of. All I had to do was go on the back end, change the Amazon affiliate ID to be my own, and it updates everything. They installed the plugins, they had everything, and it cost me for a very, very low price of $51. So for $51, I was able to have this entire site done for me. Everything's already implemented. So if you think about it, a theme itself on like ThemeForest costs about anywhere from $45 to maybe $55, and that's just the theme. I need to go out and get content. I have to actually, which as you can see, it's already been siloed for me. It has every single thing that you could think of already created for it in the first place, and all I had to spend was $51. And yes, Dave, it is on WordPress. I specifically search for WordPress when I'm on Flippa. So the really cool thing is if you go into, let's go into advanced search.
Hey, like Gregory, not to like stop you from what you're doing but I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to blow your mind. I've never heard of this site before. So for those that doesn't, can you kind of give us a little bit of better explanation of what it is and why
Sure.
we should be on here? Sure.
So Flippa is originally designed as like the eBay for websites. So let's say you are a owner, and let's say, for example, you happen to be a website owner and you want to get rid of the site that you have. Well, if you don't know much about GoDaddy auctions and how they work, this is a way you're actually able to sell your site. Flippa has been around for years and years and years and years, and even back when I used to do web design, I knew about Flippa. I actually tried selling a site on Flippa myself as a web designer. Now, the great thing for us as SEO people are that a lot of these people selling the sites don't really know too much about what they can do with their site. So they might have a site that's beautiful, looks absolutely amazing, but they want to sell it because it's not making any money. Now, it's not making them any money because they don't know how to rank it. We actually know how to rank. So we're going to buy these amazing looking sites for as cheap as possible, the hell out of them, and make a lot of money. Now, another cool thing, like I was saying, is if you actually go into here, you can search for, and by the way, they also sell apps if you're into that field. But let's go to websites, and we're interested in.
Gregory, we already have someone saying.
And the cool thing is you can even get.
We have someone saying, "Oh no, Gregory, don't tell too much."
Well, I'm sorry, Russ. Sorry, Russ, if you've been using this as well, but the lid is off.
Guys, listen, the reason that we're comfortable, and I want to say this before Gregory moves forward, we're a very small group here. There's like a few hundred of us in here, and the project breakthrough and director's cut is so small. OMG, we feel comfortable about bomb dropping on here and it not getting out. The only way that this information can get out is if you guys who have spent all this hard-earned money run your mouths in other Facebook groups to try to look cool or other stuff. So if you hold on to this information tight, it always stays inside of OMG where it's meant to be. We want you guys to benefit from us, but a lot of people come on here and they run off to their Facebook groups and look how cool I am. I just learned this from Gregory Ortiz. And then before they know it, it spreads and spreads and everyone knows it. Then there's certain people that put out, a lot of videos and other posts that give it away for free. And everyone's like, why did you reveal that? So, Guys, if you keep the information inside of OMG and don't spread it out, we can share anything here. And there's a lot of stuff that I'd love to be able to share with you guys, but it needs to drip out. So we're very gracious that Gregory's wanting to show this with us, but please keep your money and your investment to yourself and don't spread the information. Then you don't have to worry about what we're going to share to everyone else. There's plenty of money to go around just inside of OMG, trust me.
Yeah, exactly. And just like Khan said, let's keep this between us. It's everyone that's in, DC. Spend your money for it, so don't let it out. And also, if you think about it at the same time, there's a couple hundred of us in here right now. If you let this out, there'll be a couple thousand people doing this exact same flipping method, and that doesn't benefit you at all. You want to have the unfair advantage, as we always say at OMG, so keep it to yourself. But a cool thing too is you can search for age. So let's say you didn't even want sites that you wanted to purchase for, money sites. You can is in here. So, I'm looking for something between, that's at least a year old, between 12 and, 60 months old. And then a really cool thing is profit. So you can even buy sites that right now are making money. They're already making money off of many different ways, off of Amazon, because actually that I purchased, I said it was making around $16 per month off of Amazon itself. Wow. So I said, okay, it's going to cost me $51. I just let it sit there. Even if it makes me $16 per month, I've already made my money back without me doing any SEO to the site to begin with. So a lot of these sites are actually making money in the first place. So let's go ahead and choose someone that's making money from affiliates if you're in that niche, right? Let's say you like affiliates. We'll do some searching. And you'll see there's 97 websites matching it. So let's see what's ending soon. Okay, now as you can see, right here you have a PR2 blog, 3 years old, ranked first position in Google already, for $76 with free 5 bits, cinemawarrior.com. You can do anything you want with it, movie related. There's just so many different options. Look at this one. This one right here is for $1, 0 bits. It's a PR1 pizza directory, 4 years old.
That is insanity. Pizza Station online for $1?
$1, yeah. Pizza Station online for $1. And look, it's making $11 in monthly revenue. And it's from 2011, so it's a few years old.
You know what? I'm like new at this, Gregory, but I know that if I buy that I can put that on GoDaddy right now and sell it for a couple $100.
Absolutely, that's one of the things that I do to make money back from them. So it's absolutely fantastic.
You're crazy.
So as you can see, it only costs $1 right now, right? And it says reserve price not met. Just so you know, most of their reserve price is around like $15 to $20. So even if I got this for $15 to $20, I'm getting a WordPress site. PR1 that's 4 years old that's making $11 per month. I mean, as you can see right here, it's making it from affiliate income. So they even tell you which affiliate they were using. They'll send you all the details, and you can put that exact same affiliate if you wanted to. But what I use it for, which is what I hope most other people use it for, is doing SEO to it. So you can actually tailor this to one niche within pizza, and you already have age on it. You already have PR on it. It's already WordPress, and it's already built for you. Like, let's take a look at what the site looks like.
Guys, hold on, Gregory. This is so sick what he's showing you guys. It's crazy. If this hasn't blown your mind so far, I don't know what it. I think that we are at the point where we need a hashtag mind blown for Gregory. Guys, please. I want to see at least there's over 250 plus people on here. I need to see at least 75 hashtag mind blown for Gregory before it continues, because something tells me you got a lot more to show us, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Exactly. So guys, this is what we bring in OMG. He's showing you a way right now where you can go in here and guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm seeing this for the first time just like you are, and my brain's is spinning because I look at stuff and I know how to make money with it very quickly. I've never messed with it. I'm strictly clients. But with creative ways like this that you guys can go out and make money, think about this. If you're going to buy these websites, just pick up a few and flip them around. You can pay for your OMG membership. I mean, if that's all it'll do for you, that's all you need. It's crazy. And for Gregory to reveal this to us, you got to keep this inside the OMG family. I mean, he could have revealed this to SourceWave or somewhere else, but he's doing it right here inside the family.
Fact, now that Cotton even mentions it, I was actually getting my arm twisted by Becker to actually reveal it on SourceWave, like as one of those SourceWave TV episodes that we do that goes to the public, which are thousands upon thousands of people. But Cotton twisted my arm to reveal it here, just to you guys specifically. So please, just keep this.
No. SourceWave doesn't need to know about this, guys. The more hashtag mind blows we got, Gregory, is that going to stop you from putting this on SourceWave?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna stop me from putting it on SourceWave. It's gonna stay here between us.
I tell you what I'll do. I will create a client getting method for you that you can do on SourceWave. And believe it or not, guys, I'm going to confess this. I made up SEO splitting just for SourceWave, and it just turned into this monster idea that I never intended to get that big. So I just didn't want to have all of my best information out to everybody. So if we can keep this inside of OMG, Gregory, you and I can sit down and brainstorm a fresh one for Becker just to keep him in the game.
Sounds awesome. Sounds great. And thank you, David, for what was that 6%? Because you're right, I just plugged it in. So thank you. That would have been terrible.
Great.
My laptop would have died.
Great. I think we're up
so as
to.
you can see, this is.
We need about 10 more, Gregory. Man, they're like
10 more. Okay. I thought
yeah. They're like totally slacking on you. I don't know why.
Oh, that's it. All right. I guess they don't want to see the rest. I guess we're done. All right, let's call it quits.
There we go. I think we need one more. Can we not get? There we go. All right, Gregory, please continue.
Awesome. So as you can see, it's a pizza business directory. You can pretty much do whatever you want. A cool thing is they even have an add your company. So even if you wanted to buy this site and kind of sell it so that way you're able to have other pizza stores or pizza parlors or whatever you want have their site added in this directory, you can make money off of that too. So there's so many different ways you can these different sites. I literally spend anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours per day just browsing Flippa. So if we go back, let's take a look at right here. Okay. So another cool thing is Verify Analytics. You can actually see people who have verified the amount of traffic they're getting to their site. So let's say we want a site that's making a lot of money right now off the bat. Like I'm actually looking at sites now that is making about $5,000 a month because I can invest it. But let's say you wanted to have a site that's making anywhere from 100 to 500 bucks a month, right? We'll update it, see how much they're going for. So this has been verified. Someone from Flippa has actually gone in to make sure how much money this person is actually. As you can see, this site costs 1,500 bucks, right? But it's making $171 per month. And once again, that's without them actually ranking. It's a sports Amazon site with 3,463 uniques. Now, if you can't figure out how to make more than $171 per month with this many unique visitors to your site, with all the SEO skills and everything else we have within OMG, I don't know what else to tell you. There's so many different ways you can actually go about making even more money, especially with that amount of traffic. I mean, look at it. It's a sports Amazon site. Amazon. We're very, very big on Amazon here in OMG. You can make a killing off of it.
Gregory, not only
this one,
not to just interrupt you I don't even know if you knew about this yet, but when Mike and I went to Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, we went to procure some of the top people in Amazon that were at ASM and bring them into OMG, and we were able to get who is now I call her a really good friend. Her name's Liz Herrera, who's doing $500,000 a month off Amazon.
Yep.
Now, guys, what do you think is going to happen when you take what Gregory's shown you right here, where you don't even have to build the site up from scratch? You buy what he's just showed you and you apply. And Liz is already about 6 or 7 modules deep right now for OMG. And guess what? It is nothing that they're doing at this other program. It is night and day. And we're going to place that in OMG, and we're just a couple weeks away from it. So by you adding this to what she's showing you to actually do, I think that you can literally blow your business up. If client SEO is not for you, and if this is more the direction that you wanted to go in, my God, just look at what Gregory's opened up to you, along with the information that OMG's got on the way from one of the best Amazon experts in the world that we procured and are bringing into OMG. It's amazing. So this is exactly the sort of stuff that we're doing for you. Please continue, Gregory.
Another really good one is one of the featured ones right here. So this one is $150 right now with 3 bids, but look, it's making $159 a month. You make that back within a month. It's a PR3 site with 6,000 unique visitors coming to it every single month. Bestwalkingboots.org. I mean, just think of the possibilities you can have with it. Let's see what the site looks like, actually.
Crazy.
Actually, not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, there's so many of these, and this is just, what, a couple I've gone through. I mean, as you saw, I got zoosupermarket.com for $51. I mean, there's so many different things you can do, so many different ways you can make money off of it. It's just ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And
dude.
there's so many different filters you can go ahead and edit, so it's crazy.
You're getting a lot of responses right here. It says they're going through Flippin' now, hashtag badassery. You're getting, how about using the Flippin' sites as a PBN? What do you think about that,
Mhm.
Gregory? They're asking you.
You can. I'm actually testing it with a few of them. The thing with them is I'm a little bit cautious with using them right now for PPNs. I'm doing them as their own little network right now, just because since they have gone through a public auction like Flippa, obviously Google has indexed them, because if you type these sites into Google, most of the time you'll see sold on flippa.com.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to avoid any kind of like patterns or anything Google can see, but you can definitely try it.
Mm-hmm. Lorraine's got a really good question. She said, what do you really look for? Like a checklist before you buy one of these sites. Like if you can just kind of go through that for her one time, just what you're looking for before you'll buy a site.
Sure. All right. So let's just, you know what, I'll go through it really quickly then. Let me just show you from A to Z what I'll do. So let's say I was interested in this one right here, bow and arrow HQ.com, bow and arrow headquarters. So the first thing I'll do, anything else, I'll make sure it's indexed. Oops. Site. Okay, as you can see, it's the first result, so I know it's indexed. I mean, it's pretty much everything that you'll do normally. So I'll make sure that it's indexed in the first place. I'll check its stats in Majestic. Right, 4.8. The www version is 7 and 23. So I would probably start it on the naked URL, not the www version. Then I would go ahead and don't worry about the trust flow and citation right now. Remember, this is a site that's already making some money. Remember, you're buying this site not because of how good it was SEO-wise. That's not why you're buying it. It's not like you're buying it from GoDaddy auctions. You're buying this for many different other purposes, like making money. Next thing I do is go to Open Site Explorer. Check its DA and PA. Because a lot of times you'll be surprised. Some of them have really good stats and you never knew. So a DA of a 17 to start with. And then I pretty much just do everything else, you know, just making sure, obviously, like I saw that it was indexed. I go into the site just to see what it looks like. Flippa themselves, they actually do a really good job. Like when you want to sell something, they have like a whole checklist of stuff you have to fill out. So they do their own homework in the first place to make sure that it is something that is legit. I hear a dog. Okay, and then as you can see, the site is already built for you. Top pages and posts. They have social going on here, so there's already social backlinks pointing to the site in the first place, and it's already on WordPress. So you can actually edit it, do whatever else you want. It's a site that's already built for you, already making some money, and there's so many different ways you can go about it. You don't need to spend, $1,500 on this one. Go ahead and go for ones that are much cheaper, like the $51 Zoo Supermarket that I showed you. There's so many different options out there, but the way to check for them is just like I showed you. Go and make sure the site looks real, site looks legit, that it's clean, that it's something you can work with right away. Make sure it's indexed, and just check its stats. Sometimes you'll be very surprised.
One of the other questions that they asked is how quick is the transition after the exchange of the money is completed?
It's usually anywhere from 1 business day to about 6 business days. In my experience, it's closer to like 3 to 4.
Great. And another question that we're getting is do we have to rip the site or do we get the site as it is transferred over to us?
Nope, they give you the site as is. Everyone I've ever dealt with, I always, that actually goes back to Lorraine, just to make sure that you do your homework. I always contact the seller as well, and I'll ask them if they have it already backed up, if it's like a cPanel backup, or if it's backed up with one of those other plugins that are out there for WordPress that you can go ahead, like Backup Buddy and some of the other ones. Like everyone has their own preference, but 9 times out of 10, whatever host you go to can just transfer the backup. I've never had to do anything myself. I just tell my host, hey, I have this new domain that I want transferred over. They ask me for the old host details, which the seller will give you, and they just transfer everything for you. It's no work other than just copying and pasting usernames and passwords.
That sounds amazing. Guys, is there any more questions that you have for him? I mean, this is mind-blowing stuff right here. Ways that really doesn't have anything to do with SEO, but my God, this is making money online right here. And with what we know about SEO and how we can take some of these sites and just turbocharge them up. Just imagine if you would add a little bit of SEO to it, sit onto it for 3 months, do everything you know that OMG's taught you, and turn back around and sell these on GoDaddy. I mean, you're looking at quite a bit of money right here. So this could be something that's opened the door That's why, guys, please keep this inside of OMG. Do not let this get out. It's just too valuable to get out. I've had many ideas that have leaked out of OMG, and before you know it, it's on some free webinar, and it's just. But please, just keep control of your investment. So this is something that I really believe that if everyone just in OMG takes advantage of, that it could be very valuable for a lot of you, especially to get some good wins, to get some money in your pocket, and to get some other stuff going. Absolutely. It says here, one guy's asking, do you get social media accounts as well from this, or can you buy them from here?
I haven't actually gotten social media accounts with them. I mean, I think I know what you're referring to when I actually went to the last site and I saw that there were social shares. That you really don't have to worry about because that page itself already has shares going to it. So even the accounts themselves, you don't really need. There get them from the owners. I just haven't experienced that myself, to be honest with you. There's also a really good question I see from Sarah Van An, where he's asking if the sites are making money, why are the owners selling it? I see a site making $1,000 a month. Well, I mean, you can kind of put it back to any other business. I mean, if you own any business in the world and it's making up, why do you want to sell it? Maybe because you don't have the time for it anymore. Maybe you have some life circumstances that came up that you need to offload this property so you can get yourself some quick money instead of waiting till it rolls in. There's many, many different reasons. And we actually use that to our benefit and to our leverage. So yeah, the site might be making $1,000 a month, but maybe that person doesn't have time to wait 5 months. Maybe something happened in their life that they need it right now. So unfortunately, they need to get rid of it. And while it does suck for them, it's great for us because we're able to just go ahead and take it.
Great. And
Hey, Cotton.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to make a note that this is actually how I got into internet marketing almost 10 years ago. I was flipping sites like this. So, or I used to buy sites that would be ranking on maybe page 2 or page 3. They just didn't have quite enough to get to page 1. So that's a really good place to start throwing your PBNs, and then you can get them on page 1, and you pretty much triple the income. So if you want, you can resell those for almost 3 times the price, because a lot of these are going by up to 12 times revenue usually. And so that's how I was making up to like 10 grand a month. This is almost 10 years ago, so it's still working now.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. We have a question from Carol. She wants to know, do you need to add content or products to the Flippa sites going forward?
It really depends on the site that you purchased. So, for example, the Zoo Supermarket that I purchased, I don't need to touch it simply because all I had to do was go into the WP admin side and just change the Amazon affiliate code to be my own, and it has a plugin that actually just keeps pulling in pet stuff. So it does everything automated for me. There's going to be other sites that you might purchase where you might want to add content depending on what it is, to be honest with you. Some of them you want to, some of them you don't. There was a really, really good one I saw about a month ago. It was a music directory, and it had an entire community of people who were leaving comments about the latest music out and stuff like that, and it was making a lot of good money to begin with. So if you did purchase a site like that, then yeah, you might need to update it or have a VA update it with like some of the latest music that's coming out. It depends on what site it is that you purchase. But I don't go after ones where I have to continuously update it. I'd rather just buy them, go ahead and rank them just like Derek said, and just either flip them or let them keep making passive income.
Hold on here. We're like seeing here. Yeah, they're like seeing also that George O'Brien just said, Cotton, just a heads up, they also sell domains solo, so your research is essential. So guys, are any other questions with this? Just in case something happened, did have a mind-blowing client getting method, but I think I'm just going to hold that back. I don't want to take away anything from what Gregory's done right here. I think he's done absolutely enough to mind blow everyone right here and to get you involved into actually making some money online very, very, very quickly. And with what you know with everything in OMG, with how you can rank these sites, and for you to even know that these sites are already making money is mind blowing. So this can absolutely put you ahead of the game. Derek's also said that's how he got started. I can't say that I will get involved in it. I've got my hands elbow deep in client SEO, and I'm doing quite well with that. But my God, I mean, if this was available to me a year ago when I was first starting out, I would have dove into this hand over fist. I mean, this is crazy. So Definitely. Once again, only on an assimilation webinar for OMG. Mind blowing stuff, and you've really over delivered, Gregory. Very very much so. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And remember, guys, just like Khan said, let's keep it between us so that way I don't have to feel bad that I didn't share it with the rest on SourceWave.
Yeah, and you can also use this for if you're having trouble finding a niche to promote. You can go in here and you basically got all these earning reports from all these different niches, so you kind of have you actually get the analytics and everything, so you can actually find out what's making money, and then you can actually build your own site if you want, just using their ideas, which is what I use a lot.
Right, and you know what I love about this webinar also is we've talked about two different ways that almost have nothing to do with SEO to help you go out and start making money today. Not tomorrow. This isn't, hey, Billy Bob, go out and build your own site, get all these links and do this and nurture it and build it up as a baby and build the DA and the PA. We've showed you how Angela is going out right now and how she's shown you how you can put a couple $100 to $1,000 in your pocket by handing out a flyer and asking questions instantly. That's tomorrow. It's all about what you're going to do with your time and if you're going to take action or not. That's all it is to making money. Gregory has came on here once again, nothing to do with SEO. Nothing to do with SEO. He's shown you how you can buy sites that are making money right now, turn around and either hold on to them, make more money off of them, use your SEO skills to rank them further, or turn around and flip these things on GoDaddy or else for pennies on the dollar. This is what OMG is all about. It's just not all about SEO. We've got Liz coming in with the Amazon stuff. We've answered SEO questions today, but this is why OMG continues to put you ahead of the edge over any other internet marketing product out there. All these people that are at traffic conversion right now that spent $2,000 on a ticket and a plane ride over there. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it on the board. Who do you think is going to benefit more? 2 hours on this assimilation webinar or those guys saying stuff that really doesn't work on how to build a funnel and how to sell a business a funnel? What are you going to do with a funnel if you don't have traffic? That's all they do is talk about PPC and funnels. So this is the traffic conversion central right here, OMG. We continue. We just don't have the event once a year. We have it every freaking week with acceleration webinars with Mike, with Jimmy, Sue, and Russell on Network Empires with Joe Martfolio. We got Travis Sago coming on with stuff, one of the best affiliate marketers ever. We have it day in and day out as our traffic conversion. So you're not missing anything. And trust me, if there's anything worth combing through, I'll comb through it and I'll bring it into OMG and I'll fix whatever's broken and reveal it to you, because that's generally where all the great ideas are coming from fixing their broken ideas. So thank OMG. Guys, if you love OMG and everything like this, let's end the webinar. Let me see a few hashtag OMGs on there. I'm so happy to be involved with OMG and everyone in here and all we share. Just think about it. It was just 6 months ago, Gregory Ortiz reached out to me and he was like, how do I get clients? Look at what's happened in 6 months by him doing it. And Gregory, I don't know if you know this, but you might not be familiar with what ghost webinars are. It's just a spontaneous webinar that like we've put together that we just do this. And I told your story about how if you want to get it, man, that you would be messaging me at 2 a.m. in the morning, asking me SEO questions. And I said, Gregory, what are you doing up? And you said, well, I set my alarm to wake up right now. I like do my SEO before I go to work. Well, when do you go to work? And you say, well, I got to catch a train in a few hours. And you know what? I told people that I knew that if a camera was probably on you, that you were probably asleep in that train car going into work, just trying to get
every day.
Right. Trying to catch a nap at your lunch hour, catching a nap coming back. And you want to know what? That's why you're making over $50,000 a month. So with what we've shown you here today, it's worthless information if you don't put it into action. Guys, how hard is it to go to a printer and pick up a flyer that Angela already wrote up for you and start handing it out? How hard is it for you to start searching for domains on here and just spending a few hours and turning around and flipping these out? I mean, this is all about how easy it is to make money online, and we're showing it to you. All you've got to do is put it into action. So Gregory and Angela and Derek, I'll let you guys say the last words if you guys want to say anything, and we'll close this webinar up. I think Gregory just shut it down for us pretty good. Derek, you want to leave any lasting thoughts with everyone before we sign off?
Not really. I mean, if people have really specific questions about their site, you can always message me and I can look into them. Don't expect a response in like 2 minutes, but I try to help everyone. I don't charge for free information like that, so.
Sure. Angela, what about you? You got any parting words?
Nope, just keep on going.
Great. Gregory, my friend, I'll let you close it out, and then we will end this webinar.
Sure, yeah, I just want to thank you and everyone else. This was an amazing, amazing webinar. And just like Cotton said, just go out there and take action. It's been the biggest thing that Cotton used to drill into my head was going out and take action. And just by doing that, I'm happier than I could ever be in my life just because I went out and actually took action. Just do it, implement it. You don't have to implement every single thing that you learn because you'll drive yourself crazy, but pick a few, test them out, and just do it. Stop analyzing and just do it.
And I will leave my parting words with this. I can't confirm nor deny that there could be a ghost webinar on Sunday. I have no idea. So you might want to make note of that. So, but guys, it's been a great webinar. I appreciate everyone joining. Next week, we're going to have some more mind-blowing stuff for you. It's going to be a toss-up. I've got Vinny wanting to come back. I've got Stephen Floyd. I've got Jimmy. He might be coming on if all the plans go as normal. And, we could be going a number of different ways. It's almost like there's so much great material. I need to be doing 3 or 4 webinars a week just to get it all out. But thank you, Derek. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Gregory. It's been fantastic having you guys on. I will see you guys